we've got one other show coming up on Sunday, and that's WWE Extreme Rules.
Ooh, f***ing who, man? I'm going to tell you this right now. Extreme Rules. More like Extreme Snores.
There's really not much on this show that is that interesting. I mean, I'm kind of interested in... Let me see. Hold on right here.
Oh, you know what I would love? I would love to see Becky take an end of days.
But here's the thing. You know they don't let the men attack the women. The women, as we learned, the women can submit the men, Mike Bennett.
Apparently
but
so.
The men are not allowed to hit the women, but the women can hit the men because also we saw on Raw, Zelina Vega hit Hurricane Rana on Seth. But one match that I am interested in is this first match here. It's Aleister Black versus Cesaro.
Aleister Black.
I think this could be a show-stealing match, like a sleeper that most people are going to...
Black's going to pick it up.
Huh?
Black's going to pick it up.
He has to, by the way that everything's been going. But, I mean, the thing is, it's like most people are going to be like, oh, this is just going to be a match. But I think this could be a good match.
I think it's going to be super great.
I do, too.
I haven't seen Black wrestle in so long. I was literally so sad I hadn't seen him wrestle in so long that I went back and watched some of his old ICW stuff back in the Sumerian Death Squad. Those shows my favorite.
Now, I know a lot of people have been saying, why wasn't it Orton? I think they wait and they do Black versus Orton at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So going forward, we have a last man standing match. It's going to be a Braun Strowman up against a Bobby Lashley. I think Strowman picks up the victory.
Yeah, Strowman picks up the victory.
I think I think you got to go Strowman. You've had Lashley talking crap the last 2 weeks after the whole incident on Raw, whatever you want to call it. And they're more in tune of keeping Strowman looking good over Lashley. So I'm going to go Braun Strowman. In the first title match, you got the Cruiserweight title on the line. Drew Gulak against Tony Nese.
It's going to be a fun match. It's going to be Gulak.
I think it's going to be Gulak as well, retaining. No real need to take that title off of him so quickly.
Not at all.
Then, in a no-holds-barred match, it's Roman Reigns and The Undertaker against Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon. Here's my question. What holds are actually barred in regular matches?
Pile drivers.
Taker's going to do a tombstone. Well, I mean, it's no holds barred. That's not even a hold. That's a move.
Here's my question. When was the last time Undertaker wrestled a match that wasn't no hold barred or no DQ?
Was the Goldberg match just a straight-up match?
Nope, I believe that was a no DQ match.
Really?
Yeah, I believe
and they
so.
Did nothing in that match that would have made you think that they needed that.
I know. Wow. Remember when he went out to do one of the Saudi shows and, like, as he made his entrance, they announced that it was no DQ. They're like, it is now a no DQ.
I think that was the tag match with him and Kane versus DX.
Yeah.
God, and then he had that casket match.
Awful. Stinky. Stinky, stinky, stinky.
You got to go Reigns. Well, no. Actually, you would think you got to go Reigns Undertaker. But I could see them putting Shane over.
Nah,
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Shane.
I don't think so.
So then, with the Raw Tag Team titles on the line, we got the Revival against the Usos.
Revival. They're gonna retain, man.
I think so too. I think it's gonna be a really good match, though. If the last match they had was good, I think this could be even better.
Oh yeah.
Here's my one thing: if this is Extreme Rules, shouldn't all matches have some sort of a stipulation?
Don't even get me started, man. These names aren't. The names of pay-per-views don't mean shit.
So next up, with the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles on the line, we've got Daniel Bryan and Rowan defending against Big E and Xavier Woods of the New Day, and Heavy Machinery, who call themselves Blue Collar Solid. Going forward with a United States Championship on the line, Ricochet versus AJ Styles. This is a toss-up to me.
AJ.
You think it goes AJ?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see Ricochet retaining. if they're going to go all in with this AJ heel turn and him and Gallows and Anderson, I think you're right. And you have to put the title on AJ.
Exactly.
I say AJ wins, and then they do a big rematch at SummerSlam.
When did you make these graphics?
A while ago. Why?
Because Ricochet still has the belt.
Ricochet's the champion.
Is AJ not the champion? Didn't he pick it up?
No, you didn't see what happened. Did you
No,
not pay attention?
Do you think I f***ing watched, dude?
So what happened on Raw was AJ quote-unquote won, but when he got the pin, Ricochet's foot was under the bottom rope, which makes it technically a rope break. So John Cone runs down and tells the referee, you're wrong. You can't call this a title change. We can't let that happen. They go to commercial break. When they come back, they restarted the match, and Ricochet ended up beating AJ.
Fair enough.
Convoluted. A lot of convoluted stuff to get to a commercial where you quote-unquote can't wrestle during the commercial on Raw, but you can on SmackDown because they do picture-in-picture.
True.
So going forward, the WWE Championship on the line. We got Kofi Kingston defending against Samoa Joe. And last I heard, Kofi should be fine to go against Joe on Sunday, even though he did get hurt in his match against Dolph Ziggler on last Sunday.
So I wonder if him being hurt is maybe thinking, you know what? It's time.
I think Kofi retains.
Here's the thing. I think Kofi retains. I want Joe to win.
Oh,
Joe cannot lose another title match, bro.
No, if I was picking out of who I want to win, I'm going to go Joe. If I'm picking of who I think's going to win based off of their booking, it's going to be Kofi. And I don't think Kofi loses that title till at least SummerSlam.
Give it to Joe. Give it to Joe. Give it to Joe. Give it to Joe.
I mean, I would like that, but I don't think that's what they're going to do.
Give it to Joe. Joe needs this world title win. He needs it.
So finally. If what?
No, I was just going to say. He needs it.
In the main event, it is a Extreme Rules mixed tag team match with the Universal and Raw Women's Championship on the line. It's Becky and Seth, who have bad on-screen chemistry together.
God, it's the worst.
Against Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin.
Now, let me say this.
I hated their thing with Corey Graves this week. When Becky was like, oh, if those two dopes want to get their heads knocked off, I'll knock their heads off. And then Seth was just like, yeah, what she said.
Look, here's what needs to happen. The only way I'll accept Seth and Becky winning is if Seth is wearing the man's man shirt.
Oh, Lord, the man's man.
Who the thought, yeah, this will sell? Me. Blasphemy that someone would think that. I'm getting tired of seeing Baron Corbin's face. I'm getting real stinky tired of Charlotte 2.0.
Vince loves him.
Becky and Seth are starting to get annoying, but I know they mean well, and I know they're doing their best. Their wrestling's still fantastic, miles ahead of their competition. So I'm going to go ahead and take Becky and Seth.
Oh, you know that they're going to have to retain the titles. But it's like, I think Vince is really behind both Baron and Lacey. So I think even in defeat, they're still going to do something that, quote unquote, tries to make them look good. But at the same time, you also got to remember, they said that if Baron and Lacey lose, they can't challenge Becky or Seth for the titles anymore. So that leads me to believe that Becky and Seth win, and then they can go forward at whatever they're going to do at SummerSlam. It's crazy to think that SummerSlam is coming up pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's not like next month.
Yeah, August. It's like second week of August.
God damn.
Coming up a lot sooner than we think. But that's the main event of a show that a lot of people are not that interested in.